Hi everyone, welcome to week 3, module 3 of the course. This week we'll be learning about British North America. This is really interesting because we're going to see how what was happening in Great Britain had a really direct and strong influence on the things that were happening in the colonies. And so during the 1600s, there was an English Civil War, there was a Glorious Revolution, there was a change, there was a lot of tension between the Church of England and the Catholic Church. And all of this had a direct influence on the way that the colonies were actually founded and organized, and also influenced the directions that they took. So, right, some colonies were Catholic colonies, some were mostly Protestant, and they had different economic and different government structures. And they also didn't have that much communication between the colonies. And so what we see is really diverse settlements happening, and for diverse reasons. The religious tension at the time led to some shifts in religious thought in America. This has led to the First Great Awakening, and also some of the political discourses of the age, known as the Enlightenment, really influenced some early American thinkers and scholars. And so this is going to lead to more unique approaches to government and to economic theory and how things should work and function. And all of this is going to directly impact and lead up to the American Revolution. And so in this module, you'll learn more specifically about the different colonies, how they were developed. And then your to-do list for the week is to work on your quiz and then to work on the historical hack. This week, you're going to be learning about historical argumentation, and that historians what happens in the past isn't really just agreed upon as, oh yeah, this and this happened. Instead, we actually have to interpret information from the past. Just like what happened last week on campus, you might have your version of it and someone else is going to have a different version of it. The same thing applies to history, right? There's different versions and there's different theories that we can make about how and why things happened and the significance of those events. And so we'll be looking at historical arguments, so how to write strong thesis statements and how to defend those thesis statements with arguments. And then for the assignment this week, really fun, we are going to, I guess first I'll mention the discussion. The discussion is also interesting. This is just fascinating to me. Did you know that way back when, in 1721, so 300 years ago, there was also an epidemic. So it wasn't COVID-19 or the coronavirus, but it was smallpox. And it was spreading like wildfire through Boston. And Cotton Mather, who you might know from his role in the Salem witch trials of in the 1690s, excuse me. He also played a role in this. And so he actually spoke with someone who had been inoculated, and he thought, oh, well, that's amazing. This is technology that had been brought through some African slaves and through scholars from Turkey. And so he realized that if you were given just a small kind of prick, a small dosage of smallpox, then people would develop a resistance to it. And then people found this so controversial that they threatened Cotton Mather. They even threw stones in his house. And they said that is just ridiculous. There's no such thing. And I just think it's so interesting that now 300 years later, there's so much tension and controversy surrounding COVID-19 vaccinations. So you're going to do a little bit of research on that and get to look at JSTOR Daily, which is a really fascinating historical journal. And they share some relevant news stories about some historical sources. So that's fun. And then our actual assignment for the week is going to be a fun one also, where you get to do something exciting. You get to either cook, make a recipe from this time period, or serve as a historical consultant. So you're going to advise someone. Someone is making a TV drama, a movie or something like that, and you're going to give them advice on how a person would dress and act during this time period. So you're going to kind of create a slide deck and pitch that idea to them. So you can pick one of these. You don't need to do both, but have fun with this. This is the opportunity to be creative and do something enjoyable, but really bring history to life. Let me know if you have questions. Bye.